James Harden came up with maybe his most important assist as a Philadelphia 76er.
True that.
His most important assist, interestingly enough, opting out of his contract. Won't opt in, doesn't opt in for $40 gajillion. And what that does is unlocks the Philadelphia 76ers ability to utilize some exemptions in the $10 million range. As you know, the Lakers had an exemption in the $6 million range for Kyrie. If Kyrie wanted to opt out and opt to join them, it would have cost him $30 million of salary, which is probably why he opted into the Brooklyn Nets 2022-23 season. But again, I try not to get too deep in the salary cap weeds.
Because we're not good at math.
Well, it's not. We're not. It's not just that we're not good at math. I mean, this contracts and different. I mean, the way the other day Brian Windhorst is like, well, look, for a sign and trade can't happen now that he's opted in, Kyrie, in Brooklyn. I'm okay, but he can be traded. Okay, so he's kind of he opted in and can be traded, but only for a certain amount of money and a certain exemption, which is why Windhorst, in explaining what's going on with Kyrie, saying I could get into it. Or you could just take my word for it. And as an interviewer, I took his cue as to say, okay, I'll just take your word for it. Let's explain stuff that's maybe a little bit more understandable and relatable to our listening and viewing audience. So all together is Harden has opted to not opt in, but you can't say he's opted out because he's intending to stay and re-sign in a manner that gives Daryl Morey more flexibility to surround him in Philadelphia with Embiid, with parts to win a championship, which is what he says he's all about. Now, I say the next thing he should do, other than exercising his non-option, is to just, start exercising, period. Call Tom Brady. Get on the JH system. Can you imagine he shows up?
I saw a video of him working out, Rich.
What do you mean?
Well, I guess one of his buddies or maybe his trainer. I mean, it was only showed him running up like 6 steps, but he was clearly sweating and he put in some work. But they didn't want to show too much, I think.
Was there a honey bun on the 7th step? Out of frame?
It was out of frame.
Was he running for that?
But he definitely was putting in some work. So
hey, look, you know what I've been saying. Yeah. What if Harden shows up next training camp, 1,000,000% in shape, body fat is gone. And, the guy who is sneaky rocked up is just flat out rocked up and is eating right and is going to live his life 24/7, 365, making his body the temple that it can be and changing Philadelphia's chances into the church of Larry O'Brien.
Man.
What if he does that?
What if? I'll tell you what if. Be like... Right now, I feel like
we're talking about James Harden, right?
I feel like Sir Smoke a lot right now. God, if you're listening, help! Like, please let that be the
James
case.
Harpen,
yeah, like Nikola Jovic.
Yeah,
no, it's Harden and Brockman. It's that guy who, like I said,
it's James Pardon. Pardon, James Pardon.
Excuse me.
James Pardon.
Right?
What? What if that happens? What if this is the beginning to that commitment?
Look, Rich, I would say this. And this is just strictly speaking for me. I feel as a lifelong Sixer fan, I deserve a championship again. And,
do you really?
And I feel as though if James does those things, it would help us get there, yes.
No, at least for you. You have the backstop of the Los Angeles Clippers, who are apparently
I'm telling
atop the flow chart.
That finals
in
match
a town where Mo Green doesn't have a plaque or a signpost to his name, right?
Yeah, Brockman, what are
the odds,
our evens,
the chances?
What are
winning the championship? Christopher has that stuff right on speed dial.
Well,
that's his thing.
I mean,
that's all I'm saying.
The Clippers got a little bit better.
Well, I mean, because why? Because Bradley Beal's coming?
No, because John Wall, baby.
No, I know that. John Wall's coming, which is interesting, right? Mm-hmm. If he's healthy and he can play. John Wall's coming to go along with Kawhi coming back and Paul George.
Sixers are still
Mr. October
14-1 Sixers.
Okay.
Or Mr. May, Reggie Jackson, rather.
Okay. There you go.
My dream of a Clippers-Sixer final, I do believe, is going to happen before I leave this earth.
Okay,
I mean, I might be
That'd
90,
great if
but
it
I believe
happens
it's
next
gonna
year.
happen.
What's Bradley Beal going to do? Is he just opting out so he could opt back in for the max with
I think
with
so.
Washington?
Yeah, it seems
so
that
he
way,
won't be in
yeah.
play. Like Pat Riley's not going to call him starting tomorrow night.
I mean, Pat Riley
what's up?
makes a call, breaks out the Crown Royal bag, and then you never know what happens. But
True
you know,
that.
there might be 250 million reasons to stay in Washington D.C.
Or he
for
could
Bradley
take what
Beal.
190 million from Miami
Yeah,
and
210, something like that, I guess.
210 common.
It's an interesting dilemma to have, right?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's up with that. And then
What's up with that?
are the Spurs tapping out right now? What's going on with them?
That's really weird.
Because I was kind of stunned that DeJounte Murray is now an Atlanta Hawk. By the way, great for the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah.
3 first-rounders, 2 of them are not lottery protected. So I guess the Spurs get 3 first-rounders, and because it's the NBA, you can't go in back-to-back years. It's got to be every other year. So it's 2023, 25, and 27. So the Spurs have that. I mean, Pop's not getting any younger. So I don't get that one, right? Do you? Were they just on a bad footing there? Bad chemistry? That's the only thing you can figure out with that? I don't know.
Or maybe we're going to find out DeJounte Murray wanted out, but I was really shocked when that came across yesterday when that Woj bomb hit.
Because, as everyone in the NBA knows, and I'm sure Greg Popovich knows this more than anybody else, is you just don't trade away guys who won a championship for Don't Trade for Giannis in the Rich Eisen Show Fantasy Basketball League. You don't do that. Those guys are rare and to be cherished. Like DeJounte Murray was.
Yeah.
By me all year long in the fantasy league that I won in the year where I also pegged the eventual winner of the real league in the Golden State Warriors. You just don't; those guys just don't get thrown around like manhole covers. You know what I mean? So, but how about that? How about Trae Young and DeJounte Murray in the same backcourt? How about that?
I mean,
they gave up. By the way, they gave up Danilo Gallinari.
Danilo Gallinari.
Is he just the most off-traded, could be really talented European player the NBA's had? Is he like the Ricky Rubio of his position?
Man,
What's that
I was
about?
low-key hoping the Celtics were kind of in on Danilo because he's a big guy who can kind of defend
Stretch
a
the
little
floor.
bit and definitely can shoot threes, which is what
Yeah.
Boston needs.
Yeah.
And that's
So now Pop's got him.
And on our Rich Eisen Show basketball podcast 2 weeks ago, Brockman was selling us on the idea that Murray was a superstar. And if Chris is right, man, Atlanta's going to be very happy.
Murray, you wouldn't call him a superstar?
No, Chris was trying to sell us on the fact that he was a superstar.
That's what I'm saying. When you say sell, what do you...
Well, we were just bringing up stars and this and that.
I was saying there's a lot of great young stars in the league, and I was just kind of going how every team kind of has a young star. And when I said Murray, these guys kind of laughed at me.
Why would you laugh at him?
Well, I mean, it's not. I don't think it's as deep. I was like,
The guy was a triple-double machine.
Well, because we were
for
naming
a good 6-8 week stretch of the season.
Giannis and players like that, and then
I
Chris brought
understand.
up Murray,
I got it.
and then Chris gave a good. I'm saying he sold us on the fact that
I just like the
Murray's-
Hawks are aggressive, man. They see that division. I mean, they see that conference as well, and they see what the Celtics just did, and you see that the Bucks are only going to get. They're not going anywhere, and the Heat are the Heat, and the Sixers are the Sixers, and they sat there right in the middle of the first round and didn't do anything based on the previous year's success. They took a step back.
Oh, we won a series.
I'm just saying the Hawks.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm talking about the Hawks. That was a nice aggressive maneuver by them.
Yeah, loved it.
And you just come off the draft. It's what a crapshoot it is in the first round of the NBA draft.
Yeah.
You draft somebody and they change hats in 3 seconds. You have no idea who they are. You have no idea what they're coming, where they're going, what they can do within the system. Have no idea. Zero.
There seemed to be
You might as well get Murray. He's worth everything they just sent.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, unless you have a top 5 pick, kind of, you're
Right.
You're just kind of rolling the dice in the NBA draft. Whereas, like you said, why not trade for a known commodity?
Right. So that's what's up with the NBA right now.